Broilers and local, which one that lays more eggs? I know most of you are going to say it's broilers, but the answer is no, it's local. Broilers lay from 150 to 200 eggs in a year, but local can lay up to 240 eggs in a year. Here is how. There are a few things that have to be done so that your local chicken can lay 240 eggs in a year. You may think like this is exaggerated story, but it's not an exaggerated story, because let me ask you one question. Can local chicken lay 19 eggs in a month? If the answer is yes, know that it can lay 240 eggs in a year. Very simple. Because we know locals to lay, when you leave them in their local setup, the usual lay from 12 to 15. Sometimes when it's a good layer, it can even reach 20 eggs in a month. So we have some few things which we do so that, because it lays those 20 eggs or 19 or 15 eggs, and then you allow it to hatch, and when it hatches, you know, it will spend like 4 months before it goes to lay back again, and that hinders your production. So here is what you do, here is what you have to do so that your eggs, or you keep on getting more eggs from your local chickens. Your chickens are feeding well, you know, because first you understand, when a chicken has not feed, it will not lay. So you have to make sure that you give it a well balanced feed with the 36 required nutrients for that, so that your chicken can lay well. So with a very good proportion of calcium, very good layer feed formulated, and you give it, you still give it aware or the full quantity. It doesn't mean that whether you're putting it on free range or whether you are keeping it indoor, just you calculate 100 grams for a local, because a local chicken is able to consume 100 grams of a feed per day. So when you're giving it 100 grams of a feed per day, it is going to lay as you expected it to lay. Then third, the second thing you have to do is you have to restrict it from hatching. Yes, this I recommend it to the people who want or who have another ways of multiplying their chickens, or multiplying the number of the chickens they have. If you have an incubator, it's fine. Or if you are a very large scale farmer, or maybe if you have more than like 100 plus chickens, it's okay, more than 100, because you can select like 5 or 10 or 20 eggs to be or 20 chickens to be hatching for you. Then the rest you restrict it from hatching, and then you'll be getting 240 eggs from them. Because the moment you allow a chicken to hatch, it is going to spend 3 weeks on the eggs, and it is also going to spend maybe 1 month with the chicks. So all that is approximated to 2 months when it is not in a production. And when you remove the chicks from it, it also requires the more energy or the more time, so that it can regain or it can set itself again to go in laying cycle. So but again, when it is when it is laying and you restrict it from hatching, there's no enough time to make or to feel like it wants to first gain its potential. It just goes directly when you restrict it from hatching for like after 1 week. It is said, okay, I'm no longer going to hatch, or I'm not going to sit on the eggs, then it again start hatching. So at least I know that if it hatches for, at least I know that if it lays for 90 days, because these local chickens doesn't usually skip days. It's not like broilers lay like 2 eggs and then skips a day, then again 2 eggs and then skips a day. But for the case of the local, they usually lay continuously and then stops at a go. They can lay, when they lay like maybe let's say 19 eggs, because every local chicken, whether you have it or whether it's big or small, it is able to lay 19 eggs. You may say that the chickens that lay 19 eggs, the local chickens that lay 19 eggs, are these chickens that were or that are naturally good layers. I know most of the local chickens have the tendency when they lay and reach at maybe 12 eggs, most of them 12, 13 eggs they want to hatch. When they want to hatch, give it a boiled egg. You leave it there. Keep feeding it well. So if you give it a boiled egg and you keep feeding it well, make sure that every evening you check under it. You will find when it has laid another egg so that it can reach the number it wants. So when you do it, it will spend like another week laying. So it will eventually reach the number you're looking for. Hope you're understanding this. That is the technique I usually use here on my local chickens. When they want to sit on the eggs to hatch, I give them a boiled egg. After giving a boiled egg, I keep feeding them well. I keep feeding them well. So I usually check every evening, and you find most of the times you find when it has laid another egg. I don't know whether it feels like the one egg is not enough, so it wants to lay another one so that they can become many. So I again removes that egg it has laid. Then tomorrow the same, I feed it well, I give it clean water. Then I find when it has already laid more eggs. Then another thing you want to do when you, after knowing those techniques, feeding it and giving it clean water, then you restrict it from hatching. You make sure that you're feeding it well. Restrict it from hatching. Is when they're in a chicken house, whether they spend their day outside and then they come in a chicken house in evening, or whether they are you lock them in a chicken house for all of their time. When it comes to the evening time, you have to make sure that you switch on lights. I know you may say that I don't have the energy, I don't have the electricity. Even here on my farm, I doesn't have electricity, but I use a solar system. So it doesn't mean that it has to provide warmth. It's not for the warmth. It's just for the light. Because this light stimulates the ovary or the production of the eggs. Hence, the chicken is going to lay more eggs. You see? So, and again, when you leave the light all along, the chicken has less time to sleep. So its body, it's usually more active, and then the feed it has taken are being digested, not when it is sleeping. And again, when you leave the light on, the chicken has the more time to feed, or to feed on the food it has been taking, or to eat more food, so that it will take more, and then it will now no longer be skipping more days when it's laying. And again, that you have to understand another thing why we leave the lights on is that chickens have this tendency when they, let me tell you about the egg cycle. When a chicken starts laying, when a chicken lays an egg right now, in 30 seconds, in 1 hour, an ovule will have been released in an ovary. It will have come from ovary, so it will have just gone in a fallopian tube. So the system, all of the system will be being formulated. So we want a chicken to sleep when all other systems has been formed, and then we are remaining with only the formation of the eggshell. So the eggshell is the one that will be remaining. The eggshell that is the one that will be remaining, so that it forms the final egg production, so that early in the morning the chicken will be able to release an egg or to lay an egg. So hope that you have now understood how you can make your chicken lay 240 eggs in a year. So that's why most of the times you say, some of you will say that, Abraham, you're crazy. You're living cradles, you're living Sasso, you're living your papas. They are very good layers, and you're going to local which will not play. But here is my trick. I know my tricks. So, but I know even when I know my tricks, I will not hide them to myself. I have to tell them to you so that you can maybe also be able to get. So there's no why you have to hustle that where will I get chicks, where will I get good suppliers. These things have been hustling my head for the long period of the time, because sometimes I could order chicks from Kampala and you find that they have spent like like 1 month when they have not delivered. Sometimes customers end up going away or going to buy from other people. So it has been something stressing so much. That's why, you know, when you can know this trick, you'll be able to have your own chickens in a very short period of time, and again you'll be able to increase the number of the chickens and even the profit without hustling so much. So thank you so much for watching my video. If you have learned something from it, don't forget to like the video, and if you have not learned something from it, comment down.